and welcome to the channel. You're on with Jules. Just seeing how the new year is going for everyone. Um, we've got lots going on already in the first 3 days of the year. Um, so let's talk about how it is going.
If you're not looking close enough,
sorry. So welcome in. So let me get some of this lighting off in the background. Welcome to what I like to call Jules Gems at Area 5T1, where we do discuss 5Ts. We talk about transition. We talk triathlon. We also talk trends, teaching, and trucks. When we talk about trucks, we talk about the 2008 Nissan Xterra, which I am doing a resto mod on. So welcome in. And go ahead, do hit a like and subscribe, and let's get started.
If you're not looking close,
I'm sorry about that. I did it again. I'm trying to pop up the live so I can watch your guys' comments. So please do join in. We've got lots to talk about in these first 3 days of the year, how things are going. We can talk resolutions that some of us have made. I've already committed to one triathlon. I do want to do 3. So let's talk resolutions. I do plan to do 3 triathlons here in San Diego. So let's go on with the stream. So feel free to jump in. Like I said, do hit a like and subscribe. Welcome in, Muffin. You are the first one here, so glad to have you here. Everyone, feel free to jump into the comments section. Please keep everything polite. We can have lots of topics. Their new year is starting to. Happy New Year, the Bud Group. Everyone, welcome. Ooh, Philippines. I've got a lot of friends. Actually, I have one that's visiting the Philippines right now, but I do have a lot of Filipino friends. So welcome in. Lots going on in the nation already in 3 days. Sorry, I'm going to snack a little bit here. So like I said, I've already committed to one triathlon. I'm going to do at least 2 more. I may even decide to do all 6 here. I haven't watched all of it on this 3rd season, or 5th season, I'm sorry. But I do watch it. I think I'm up to the first 3 episodes on this season. Sierra Bell, it's an old thing. It means nothing. I think it's so overused that it's out of style already. Welcome, Charlotte Rose. Welcome to the stream. I don't do requests. One. So this weekend I am going to try to do some body work to GemsX, which is my 2008 Nissan Xterra that I am doing a resto mod on. And I do have the snorkel for it, so I'm going to try to put that on there. My favorite sport, triathlon. I'm having a little protein bar, you guys. Welcome, Joe. Welcome to the stream. The one, no. You know, some of the worst things I find is when people chew on their gum where they open their mouth and crack their bubble gum all day. It's horrible. So if you're new to the channel, please do hit a like, subscribe. Feel free to jump in. Hi, Cosmic, and welcome to the stream. So please consider dropping a super chat, super sticker, anything like that. We give 30% to charity here, whatever we make. Hello, the Bud Group, welcome. Half of it, of those 30%, does go to Animal Humane New Mexico, where I adopted my dog from. The one you are going to be timed out. Bud Group, I said triathlon. I will be doing 3 of them this year, and it will be first one's in May. This paper right up here is the registration for it. Guys, if you continue to ask the same question over and over and making it, you know, and it's not a good question, I will I'll just time you out for a while. Please do like and subscribe to the channel. Also, for those that have been here before, hey Yadira, welcome in. I do want to thank everybody that has joined the channel lately. We're up to 2,700 subs, 2,719, so thank you. A lot has been due to some promotion videos I have put out there. So this weekend, tomorrow, I did one video on some of the gear you have to buy for triathlon. Now I'm also going to do my next video about triathlon will be about bikes. If you're getting into it, what kind of bike you should buy. And how much you should pay, kind of just to know. Welcome Arnell, welcome to the stream. Please hit that like and subscribe. This is a protein bar. It is a protein bar. Thank you for the Jules there. Muffin, I'm going to pick up the one I'm purchasing tomorrow. Welcome everyone. Please put how your New Year's has been. And resolutions, always a good thing to hear. So far, gonna start setting my goal for 3 triathlons. I may even do up to 6, so we'll see. Right now, the only thing that I got to pick up my bike tomorrow. I do have to. Nope. Oklahoma, that's a request I won't do. It's a played out phrase. It's plain and simple. It's played out. People have, get one phrase and they'll do it too often. Large, actually, I haven't eaten churches in so long that I would not know. Man, Yadira, you're catching them so quick that I can't even see what they are saying. Guys, we have an awesome moderator in here, Yadira. So if you even post anything remotely offensive, she'll catch it before I even get to see it. So she's like the GOAT. I would say Pink Floyd. So actually, there's, like I said, signed up for triathlon. I've got a couple of things I'm still purchasing, like my bike, different, and I still need to get some biking shoes. Um, so I'm going to ask, and I don't want to get very political here. What's everybody think of what went on in Venezuela last night? Was it legal? Was it illegal? Are we going just after the oil or what? Um, and I try not to make the channel political, but I think he there was some violations uh, of what happened, like not getting Congress approval to take military action. Um, and where's this going to continue going? Is it going to go into other countries? Because from what I understand, the excuse was going after uh, the Venezuelan cartel, but uh, it turned into military action. So um, I'd like to hear opinions on that. And how about, because I often get asked about what happened to Charlie Kirk. What does everybody think about the new conspiracy theory about her possibly being John Benet Ramsey? Because I started down that rabbit hole. I might make it a video on that. I think it'd be pretty interesting. Because yes, welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. As Yadira has said, please do hit a like and subscribe. Consider dropping a super chat, super sticker, super thanks. 30% of that does go to charity. Half of it, so that's 15% of what we make here, goes to Albuquerque Humane, New Mexico. The other half, I'm trying to figure out a charity. I'm thinking Epilepsy Foundation right now, since I do have it. I do have epilepsy, so we are uh, do want maybe to donate to that. We are in Jules GemsX channel at Area 5T1, where we talk about the 5Ts. Also note on this channel, we analyze what people do when we don't do requests like backflips or saying certain numbers. Many of you know what I mean. And we try to keep comments here respectful. Um, Thank you. Just block them out of here, Yadira. It's Angry Man. I will tell you, it's good and bad. Because it can be taken as an act of war, so he didn't have Congress's approval for that. It is good that he did take, actions about along certain groups that do bad things. Yet, invading another country should be justified. Um, so, but from what I understand, he did state that we will also get, thank you very much, user. Um, I did just notice that someone subscribed. Um, I did notice that in one of his comments, he stated that now we'll have their oil, their petroleum. So they're basically starting to go after petroleum rich countries. Exactly, Yadira, he did get Maduro. Uh, so that's why I said there was good and bad to it, but he is stating that a lot of it had to do to get their petroleum. Uh, so um, if you're going in just to make more money because you want to get um, their products that they use to make money, that's wrong. Hey MB, welcome to the stream. That was a fun time on Kirsten's and out of snarkness there. That was an excellent time there. Yadira, you're right. He's probably going to declare it a territory just like Puerto Rico is, and you live out in Puerto Rico. Um, so he's probably going to do the same thing. Venezuela will probably be welcome, angry man. Yeah. So I think he's just going to use it to gain Venezuela as a territory. My theory now is that he's going to do the same to Mexico. Mexico is also a petroleum rich country. Now, I heard he may go through Canada also because his thing is that he's going after countries where there's many uh, drug cartels, and he's using it as that's his leverage is that we did it as a sting to get the cartel leaders, and there's both sides to it, um, and so what's going to happen, I think, where it's going to backfire is if he's going after these cartel leaders. What if he does declare, like, say, if he goes into Mexico and invades Mexico, makes Mexico a territory of the United States, then what happens is all those people in Mexico now become citizens of the United States and can just do what um, just come over here and take jobs, just what they come over for here illegally. So he's just kind of contradicting what he's, and bringing back all the people he's deported back into Mexico, if you want to look at it in a conservative way. So all of those people will just be back in the United States. So you got to look at every angle on these things. Exactly, Yadira. It's exactly it, guys. Another thing I'd like to hear about are your New Year's resolutions. Like today, I did this early stream because later on, probably in the afternoon, I plan to do a run. I got to start back running because sign up number one for my first triathlon for the year. Um, Tomorrow I'll probably, well, it'll be kind of late when I go get my bike, but I do have my money sitting here to go pick up my bike tomorrow. I bought a Fuji road bike. The guy had it on OfferUp for close to $1,000. I've worked down about 50%. So that's where it is at. And I've looked it up, and it's worth a couple of thousand. So got me a good deal. Guys, the channel is growing. In the past couple of weeks, has been growing exponentially. I did do a couple of promo videos. What you do is you can take a video from your channel, pay a certain amount, and put it on as a promo for a certain amount of days. So I paid like $20 for 2 different videos, and it just, they play them as promo videos for the channel. And we've gained over, I think, over 100 members lately. So it is helping grow the channel. So hopefully we start seeing more people pass through here. We'll do a couple hours of live streaming today on this stream, maybe 2-3 hours. Muffin, it is a white frame and does have red trim and some black. I know it does have, some of the decals do have a little green in them, but it sticks to my triathlon colors. If you do watch, in fact, I can link one of my videos to it. I did a video in which I can go through here. I talk a little bit about triathlon gear that you may need to purchase at first. That one's gotten 6,200 views. So this is some of the first gear you should buy, like, or that one can buy to get ready for one. I have, since I will be doing these in San Diego, California, the waters of the Pacific are very cold waters. I had to buy a wetsuit, but I do show different, and I do have a triathlon suit, but there are many different types of swimsuits you can get depending where you are doing your race. So I have done that video, and then the GemsX video where I did the ditch lights has gotten a ton of views. It's at 38,000 views. I did pay for promotion on that one. So those are two big topics that are on the channel that have gotten lots and lots of views. GemX has gotten, like I said, has gotten the most at 38,000. So that's that's my video that's gotten the most views. It's getting to a point where it's going to be 3 times the one that had the most views before. And that was when Avita came over to my house and we did a video side by side together. And this is the ditch light video. I do a step-by-step installation of ditch lights on the Xterra, on the GemsX Xterra. Also right here, I do have a box. This will be the next installation. I got a couple of things to install, but this is the snorkel, and I still have to do the body work on GemsX. Some of the minor body work, I'm not gonna do major till I decide to change the front fenders and the hood. That's going to be in a while, because the hood, I do want to do a special modification on that will make it like almost a one of a kind. I don't know if anybody has ever thought this out to do it. So I want to give it a look like my first vehicle I ever did. Thank you, Catherine. It's greatly appreciated. We're wanting to grow the channel. The channel is growing a lot this year. Our goal by the end of the year is to have 5,100 subscribers. And right now we're at 2,721. I mean 5,100 plus if possible. I will pay for promotions on other videos because that's what's helped. I think the next one I'm going to promote is when I do the snorkel. Hey, up next, welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules, Jules GemsX at Area 51, which makes all of you gems within the treasure of the Jules stream. Also, remember, you guys, I am working with Joe right now to do a tribute to one of my recent to one of my subscribers, uh, because he passed recently, and we do want to do something for him. We want to do a memorial, um, like stream Joe, my friend Joe, at Hellfire Agency or the Church Corps. We just want to do something and do some kind of memorial live stream for him. If he goes by our sub that passed, his name, he went under Huggy Bear. If we It would have been great to see if we could have gotten some of his ashes, because Joe has a great idea of sending like a weather balloon with people's ashes and send them into outer space. Um, and I think that would have been great, because then Huggy could be looking down on us. Uh, it would have been awesome to be able to do that and him be the first one. Guys, this is my usual that I like to drink. It's my Mountain Dew, but I've cut down for the year on how much I drink. I used to drink, I was doing what, a 20-ounce bottle, or you guys would watch me drink a 12-ounce can. I am now down to 8-ounce cans. So, well, that's great, Jay Brown. Um, why don't you hit a like and subscribe? Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the stream. As always, you are on with Jules, and you are all gems here within the treasure. This used to be called Jules Treasures at Area 5T1. Now we're Jules GemsX at Area 5T1. Um, I say at Area 5T1, but it is Area 5T1 in the parentheses. Reason is we do talk about the 5Ts here. We talk about transition, we talk triathlon, we talk trends, teaching, and tips. Transition can mean a great many things. You can talk about male to female transit, or any type of transition within transgender community. I myself, um, Zach and Cheese, yes, I'm doing great. Um, I myself, I do consider myself trans. I am trans. It's just some recent memo that we found within the federal government, because I was a big influencer in the community, and unfortunately, um, they're really targeting that community. Transition can also mean the step you take from transitioning from the swim part of triathlon to the bike, from the bike to the run. So transition can mean that. Um, and then transition can also, if you were able ever into skating or BMX ramps, doing like half pipe stuff, the transition is where your ramp transitions from flat to vertical. So transition can mean many things. Um, so we talk about all types of transition. So I will do videos on transition and timing myself, practicing transition from swim to bike, or just how to run out, find out what the distance from the water will be to the bike, and practice going from one location barefoot, putting on my cycling shoes, to getting on the bike, going doing a 12-mile bike ride at least, if not more. And then getting back, switching from biking shoes to running shoes and going out for a run. Um, so, and those will be timed just so we can know how we can make them quicker. Um, that's the thing about triathlon. That little time and where you transition from, uh, from sport to sport can be in your placing in it. Um, it's like a pit stop in NASCAR in how they change tires. How quickly they do it is can mean spots in the top 10. So that is a big thing. And then today or tomorrow, I will start running because that is my weakness. It has been rainy here in San Diego, but hopefully, it's not raining in the afternoon. I will go for a run. Even if it's a little dark, I know I'll just end up wearing something bright. Um, I'm going to have, I used to have a bright yellow jacket. And many of you know that I moved from Florida to New Mexico and from New Mexico to here. And my pod, which has a lot of my gear, in fact, it's got my helmet, my other bike, which is actually too tall for me. So, um, and it's in that pod. And that would be another thing I would love to raise money for is um, getting my pod here. I think it will be, um, it would be fantastic for the bike video to show, you know, differences in how, and which once I get it here, I would be able to show what's the important part of making sure you have the right bike and that if it's, the right height for you. That's a very critical thing. Um, when many people think triathlon, the first thing they think is Ironman. Hannah, welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules, and that makes you one of the Gems X here. Um, so welcome in. Do hit a like and subscribe. We do have one of my moderators in here, Yadira. So please keep comments respectful. What happened? Good question. And what you can do, there is a live stream I did with my friend at Life Take Two, Jenny Gage, and you can find out the full details on what happened there. Right now, medically, I still am transitioning, but yet presenting and being an influencer is not a good thing in the United States right now. All comes from the desk of Pam Bondi. So just there's a memo, and one has to take care of themselves nowadays. Welcome back, Joe. Um, it's a lot with that. So yeah, my friend Jenny and I did a live stream together, and it explains everything. And she did a great job of the interview with me. She did an interview with me, and it was fantastic. So if you, my friend Jenny Gage at Life Take Two, let me see if I can pull it up here. We can get. Yep, here's her channel. She is a great talker, perhaps way ahead of time for interviews, and pretty much goes through the who, what, where, why, and how. Um, like I said, she does a fantastic job. She, one of the biggest things that she does that her platform is about on her channel is about the going through our nation and how it's being filtered out to be white Christian nationalists, um, heterosexual cisgender. That's basically what the conservatives are doing in our nation nowadays. So it is, here it is. And she's a big contributes big into helping the LGBTQ community and how we've been discriminated against. Here is the live stream we did on her channel. I'm gonna try to have her on our channel here, along with a friend of mine with her wife, and where their house got raided by Homeland Security for certain reasons, and we want to clarify everything with her and her giving us the reasons why it may have happened. So we're gonna try to have an exclusive interview with that. Um, we're gonna take things down the rabbit hole. I'm gonna start doing a lot of stuff where we're gonna investigate things going down the rabbit hole, because we are starting to see many things where we have to do that nowadays. So a great many things have to be taken that way, and analyze them. And when it comes to analysis, that's something I'm pretty good at, because I'll start breaking things down, and sometimes I'll overanalyze things, is what my ex used to say to me, and and that's one of the things she hated, because I would find so many great ways. Mr. K, yes. Just keeping it on the DL. If you look on the video, if you look at the link right above you, we it does talk about why it's on the DL right now, especially being an influencer. Okay, Hannah, have a great day. Thank you for joining us here. If you haven't, it's been great to see you here. LOL. But yes, I even recommend people, if you want to, do hit the link, go watch that video, and you can always come back, because it is the state really, or this basically the nation is gonna. Okay, Mr. K, glad to have you in here. It's definitely worth watching that video, because we really went down a rabbit hole in that one. You do see part of the video from the Homeland Security raid that I talked about, that I'm trying to get the interview set up for. Nightmare. Anybody that comes in here asking to be mod, please do not ask. I will ask you. It took a little bit, it took time for Yadira to get it. It's not just something I assigned to someone. Yadira and Mr. K have been on the channel for a long time, and I do have to gain trust in people before they're a mod. They're a moderator in the channel, Hannah. In other words, they come in here like Yadira is. You do, if you see that they're in blue and have a little wrench by it, they can basically look at the comments. If the comments are disrespectful, they can basically, you know, maybe put the people in timeout. Their comment comes off the board, or if they're very disrespectful, they can block them from the channel. If you are new in here, please do hit that like button, subscribe. We are already at 10 likes. After 10 likes, we would try to make it to 51. Yeah, block. That means you wouldn't be able to come into the channel anymore if you are, depending on your comments, if they're too disrespectful. So if people come in here, one of the big things that we don't block people immediately for it, but if they're trying to push religion and they just continue and continue, first we'll ask them, hey, stop. If they don't stop and try to push their religion on people, then we'll block them. Myself, I'm an atheist. We have many atheists and agnostics on here. We have people with religious trauma. So we just keep it out of here. Then you have their politics, as long as it's kept to where it's peaceful, we don't mind talking about it. Like this morning, I did say, we're already in the third day of the year. We did see stuff happen this morning in Venezuela. As long as we kept a peaceful conversation, which I felt it was, we can talk about it. But if it starts getting disrespectful, people start arguing about it, then we'll just block those people. I think when November of 2024, at the presidential election, I think before the presidential election, we had some very good discussions with people in where we were able to discuss with people like who they would vote for and why. And I think it went well because we weren't arguing. We just kind of gave our opinions. And then and it was kept in a good conversation. And I mean, I had LGBTQ people here that would supported Trump, others that didn't, were and we had good discussions on why. But when people start getting too far right, too far left, we will the moderators know when to stop them, because it can become a bad argument. And the channel is not about arguing, it's about speaking with each other, trying to find a peaceful ground, everything in the middle. We talk about a great many topics, so that's where we try to keep it. We can talk, like I said, I've been talking triathlon and trucks a lot. We've been talking GemsX. I've been promoting the channel on that and on triathlon a lot. There's been, since I moved to California, I've done lots of work on it. Yadira did put our merch store there at the Printify site. It is Jules Area 5T1. .printify.me. We do have lots of good merch, and just like any super chat, super sticker, anything you throw out here, it does. You know, part of the money does 30% of money goes to charity. Um, the other 70% just helps maintain the channel, like keep the light on, keep the uh, everything to keep doing videos. You know, internet, um, purchase stuff to, you know, like we got the new neon light here with the name of the channel. Um, well, you know, Hannah, the thing is, there could be um, cursing on the channel, and it's just as long as you're not degrading people, and that's not it. So it's best not to degrade people here. Yeah, and that's what we always keep it say. We keep things respectful. So welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. Please do hit that like and subscribe. We do want to try to reach 51 likes. We are 40 away from it. Um, we channel has had lots and lots of. Oh, thank you, Steve. Actually, this is a replica of the original 77 Star Wars. Uh, Barbie, welcome to the stream. Um, I have, or I had, I don't know if I sold it on eBay, an actual theater version of this. And the way you know if you have an original is by look the negative of the actual original one. Um, Actually, a hair fell down on the negative, and so when they made certain copies of it, it had a little hair by Luke's belt, and I had one with the that had the hair on it. Doing well here, Barbie. Obviously, we've talked about, you know, why not presenting as my actual self. And we have pasted the link to that video. And I know you were here at the last stream. Um, Channel has grown a lot just at the beginning of the year. I think we've gotten close to 200 new subs. Um, so it's fantastic. We hope to make it, at least by the end of the year, we want to make it to 5,100. I think we can reach it sooner. Um, I have two videos I did promote, like paid for promotion on them, and like one of the Gem X videos has had what we can look at it here. I'm looking up at my top 10. It's had 38,000 views. So, and that one hasn't gotten all the subs. Um, oh wow, that's awesome, Steve. Yeah, we Star Wars is a big thing here. Um, I'm big on Star Wars. Now, Steve, I'm going to tell you a true story. When I still lived in Albuquerque, New Mexico, one of my vets, I was a patient there at the VA that I worked at. He worked on the set of The Mandalorian. I don't know if he was a producer or what, but he actually brought one of the Grammys for the show. One day he brought a box with the actual statue in there, and brought the second model that was ever built for Grogu that was ever designed. So that was pretty cool. Mm. Oh man, Nadir, you got another one before I could even read it. You're like, guys, I'm just posting some hashtags on the lives uh, comments so people will be. Oh, that's another thing. It's probably under the wrong category. Um, because I've been doing a lot of videos under automotive, auto, and so that's probably a lot of the things that have, yeah, it's auto and vehicles. So if we just go to people and blogs, put it under that, um, that probably helps. Um, so, and then what else? I like to put all the hashtags possible because, we do GemX videos. So they have to do with the Xterra. So I try to include that in the hashtags. So I'm sorry if I'm almost look like I'm ignoring you guys. I'm not. Live. Let's go in here. We're gonna put here, and we're gonna put some triathlon hashtags too. Let's do some triathlon ones. Because these are all topics we talk about on here. So and we've been doing a lot of GemX content. We will continue to do transition. We will continue to do, um, especially a lot of triathlon and GemX. As right now, that's a lot of the work that has been going on here. Tomorrow, I'll probably be doing a video about bikes for triathlon and some of the things you might look for. Um, I'll show two bikes that are here at at the here at the house that you'd be able to use. Bundy group or the Bud group, welcome back. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Please do hit a like and subscribe. I'm sorry if I'm looking upward right now. I am just adding some hashtags so we can get more people in here. Um, have different topics people would like to talk about that we always talk about on this channel. So we can draw a lot of people in by 3 of the T's. When I do talk about one of the T's being teaching, there are 5 subcategories on that. We talk about, I don't want to call it prepping, but just being prepared in case of emergency. When I lived in Florida, a lot of the emergencies over there were obviously hurricanes. Here now that I'm in San Diego, it would be brush fires. Last year here, they had to almost had to evacuate here at this house. The brush fires. There's a mountain in the background, and yeah, the brush fires were right there. So they had to prepare a bunch of stuff, get ready to go. I always have a to-go bag. Another thing we do talk about, Lib, I have several moderators right now. I don't need more, but it uh, it takes time to gain, for me to gain trust in people that would be. Other things we talk about are high demand religions, organizations, and cults. We have been focusing on the Mormon Church, as I was a member for 30 years and eventually came out of it. Um, Welcome, Lib. Please do hit the like and subscribe button. And we I haven't done it in a long time. I do have to do a video and break down more of the church. Um, so just talking about times when, uh, you know, do try to, you know, I find topics that need to be talked about. On Tuesdays now, I'm going to try to link the channel over here. And in the evening when I get home from work at 7 o'clock uh, Pacific time, I do go on a show called Tuesdays with Tim's. With Tim, it is over at Latter Daily Digest. We pick a topic and just um, continue to talk about it. And it's usually fun. A couple of weeks ago, I just went overboard. I think it had to do about Christmas carols, and people were just throwing out random stuff, and it just didn't go right, and it went sideways. And we tried to, like this past week, we started talking about the past year. We talked about 2025 and where we want to move on to in 26. This next week, we're going to talk about uh, some of our resolutions and what we want to move on to do. Um, Bonita, welcome. Do you know there's a city right next to where I live named Bonita? Do hit the like button, hit subscribe to the channel. Uh, we, you know, we are trying to make it to 5,100 subscribers by the end of the year, but right now we're at 2,700. So, and have been growing by lots of people. Thank you, whoever just subscribed. Um, so, we're just trying to move. Um, okay, thank you. Yeah, we're at 27, 24. Um, yeah, gracias. Guys, if you ever, Yadira, that would be a cool one to do in Spanish. Just do all Spanish on one live stream. What do you think? I mean, we could turn around and answer in English like we do all English live streams and do answer in Spanish, as we both do speak Spanish. I think it would be cool to do one all in Spanish. And people that come in and talk in English, yes, turn around and answer them in English. I think it would be a cool thing to do. But I'm definitely, Yadira, I'm trying to get more information on what happened with Huggy, just kind of get some more pics so we can, do a, like I said, a memorial. Joe would like to do one. So we're working on that one. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. Bienvenidos todos a mi canal. Por favor, toque que les guste el canal y para que también se inscriban al canal. Doing great, Amari. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, maybe I didn't even see what trust. You're just like that little ninja there. Um, Bonita, one of the big things we do is we don't get into this mainstream stuff. That term is, I think it has now been played out. It's one of those things that's been played out like four times because it goes, it came into style, it's out of style, it came back to style, and then out of style again. You know, with all, you know, In and Out has taken it out. For those of you that have an In and Out burger in your city, just notice if you do go order something, they no longer use that number. Um, they they skip from 66 to 68. Thank you. I do drive a Nissan Xterra, uh, and we do videos about it where I am modifying it. It is an older. All Nissan Xterras are older. I think they only built them onto 2015. Mine's a 2008. That's about 265,000 miles. And right now, I've been putting some mechanical work into it. Some of it I've had to take it to a mechanic because it's stuff that I haven't been able to do myself. Um, and then I've been doing some modification to it. If you see there's a box behind me right here, that will be the snorkel to it. I have done research on snorkels, and it's amazing to find out how much more there is to it than just having it on your vehicle for water crossings. Um, so it's amazing. The new year's been pretty good. I started the today's stream by saying that how is everybody's new year going, and what does everybody think of how the new year is going, as some of the things we're seeing in the media. Obviously, many of you know, and I'll bring it up. Venezuela, the U.S. went and did go into Venezuela last night, bombed several targets, and arrested the leader of the country, who was a cartel leader and was a dictator. He had lost the elections. So, yeah, I want to know people's opinion on that because there's two ways to look at it because it had not been approved by Congress, and to declare war it does have to be. Okay, Dekin. Well, welcome to the stream. Please do hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Um, so yeah, so yeah, in some ways, some of the things that they went in, it's good and bad. What I see, there's the good things and there's the bad things. Yes, he caught the dictator president that shouldn't have been in office, but yet did it get done by the proper ways, by, you could say, by Geneva Convention. He did take in, the military took in, the Delta Force took in like the DEA to bring down a lot of their cartels, but was it done properly? So, I mean, and with everything, there's a good, bad, and the ugly part about it. Now, some of the news I am hearing, and I always say the best news you can go and check out is Midas Touch. And I think I have a link to where they're at right now. Oh no, that's mine and Jenny's. Um, at Midas Touch, they had done some great reporting on it, and he's probably going to continue to do it. Um, they um, Amari, put your comment already says a lot, which is true. I see where you're going with that. Um, and it has to do. I'm going to tell you the way I am thinking. It has to do with the petroleum there. Obviously, we're we're going after money. That's basically follow the money. That's what it comes down to. They're they're just wanting to make more money because of petroleum deposits there. Obviously, the next place they're gonna go is Mexico. Why? Because Mexico has lots of petroleum themselves, so it's gonna be more money to make more money. Um, so it that's what it comes down to. It just it's gonna make the U.S. richer, and then after that, so now we have taken over two, and they'll make them territories of the United States, and and then they're probably gonna attack Canada. I have a feeling because from the very beginning he kept saying that he wanted more territories, and that um, Canada and Mexico were going to beat them, and then he he also mentioned Greenland. So since they said no, which is the way to go about it? Attack and then take over, and then he'll find a way to stay in office, which will be, remember all the No Kings rallies, and that's exactly what happened. It's it's happening as he wanted. Yes, it is. It's crazy because we're going to see our country to go from a democratic republic to probably a dictatorship. That's just my phone. You guys giving me alerts. You know, because our system was um, we are actually a republic, and they say a democratic republic because yeah, there's we do have, but we're technically a republic. So what'll happen is he'll take over these countries, consider them. So did he really do good um, in deporting many of these people? Because what's going to happen is he'll make these places uh, uh, you know, territories of the United States, and what happens when they become territories of the United States, then those people can become citizens and they're just going to come back. So if you're thinking like a conservative or a Republican, so all the people he just deported, they're going to come back in the United States. I'm looking at from both sides. Myself, I'm an independent. Um, so I'm a registered independent, and I look at things from both sides of the coin. And nope, it's he's he took all these people out of the country. He's gonna put them back in a country, and then next thing you know, they're just gonna be able to come back in because he's gonna make these countries part of the United States. So they'll just be able to walk back in. You know, he can take his fence down, his wall, because it's just gonna be part of the United States. So his borders, so uh, that's the way I look at it. Welcome, everyone. Please do hit a like and subscribe to the channel. Um, we just want to have a good time in here. Do share it with your friends so they can come in here and visit with us. So, we can just, you know, and that's the thing about this channel. It's just so we can just hang out here and talk. Um, so, you know, it's not about talking about one side or the other. We can talk about topics. If we're respectful with each other, we can talk, any topic. When people start getting disrespectful, that's it. You know, we'll either give them a timeout or block them completely from the channel. One of the things we always ask is no religion. Uh, I'm an atheist. I have a lot of atheist people in here. I do have people that are agnostic, but I also have a lot of people with religious trauma. And when you start talking religion, it'll trigger some of that trauma. Um, I myself, I was a member of two very high demand religions, one extremely high demand, and um, no more religion for me. I, I I belong to a church built here in uh, on YouTube, um, and uh, it is a church of atheism. We There are sermons done every Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific time, I believe it comes on. It is called the Church of Korhor. Um, and I will be doing, I think last week was sermon 38. So about 3 months I'll be doing one on there. And I haven't even picked a topic. It does not, obviously it's not biblical or anything. I can just pick a random topic to talk about. I've talked about arrows. I've talked about how to relieve stress. So we, you can, everything there is random. So well, welcome back, Jordan. Thank you for your service. I will say that. I am an employee of the Department of Veterans Affairs. So maybe one day I'll be your nurse. Um, I do have a stepson that's been in the military. He's going about the same amount of time as you. Um, what branch are you in, and what do you do in the military? Army? And what's your rank, and basically your, is it called the MOS? We do also have some veterans as subs here. Um, they are not in here right now, but have served in they have served in the Coast Guard and the Air Force. Um, I think the thing I'm going to see interesting when we start getting, and I haven't gotten one ever yet in at the VA, is a Space Force veteran. But most of those people are, okay, Yadira. Thanks for telling me that. The Deja is always awesome to be in here. Love her. Um, cool. Um, that's a cool thing to do, yeah, because there's a lot of things in cyber intelligence now. Um, my niece's husband worked military intelligence, but flew drones. So um, basically, a lot of it, was like the predator drones, um, and he was always stationed out in Florida, but then took a couple of tours in Dubai, but most of his operations were done just out of Florida there. He was in Air Force. Ah, got it. Yeah, he would train a lot of officers actually. So Jordan, if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit a like and subscribe. Um, the more the merrier on the channel. We like to have a good time on here and discuss a great many things. I do have a hat. Well, as you can see, I do have a multicam cup. It is an Air Force one. Many of my family members have been in Air Force. Welcome, the Erking. Welcome to the stream. Uh, please do hit that like and subscribe button. It smells like something's burning in here. And I wonder if my sister's cooking something. Yeah, it's coming from. So yeah, we welcome everybody on this channel. So, you know, as long as everybody's nice to each other, everybody's welcome in here. We, have respect and everything. That's Amari. We all have our own type of service. I serve those who have served in the military. So that's why I love my job, because all of my patients, I can say thank you for your service. And I always encourage people. I had one friend that in the ER, and yeah, every job is encouraging. It is a hard job to do, Yadira. So my dad did throughout his life. Um, he worked for Sears. He was in management. And we all serve each other in our own way. I was a road medic, so um, you know that was a different way of serving the public. And so if you guys notice, I've kind of changed my room around a little bit. Um, I tried to get, so I've got some of my ambulance stuff over here, my EMT license plate. I've got one of my Hot Wheels ambulances more over here. And then if you go to this shelving unit in the middle, about the third shelf down, I do have some of my ambulance collection. I like to collect die-cast ambulances just because it's symbolic of my time as a road medic. Um, so, you know, this is all my hat collection. I have a ton of hats. I always buy them, like when, like I'm a big Charger fan. Whenever they make playoffs or um, like when when they went to the Super Bowl back in '94, I bought so many Super Bowl 29 hats that you can't imagine. Um, and I'll buy Nissan ones because I drive the Nissan Xterra. Um, this is my Xterra one. This is the color I plan to paint my car. They call it, well, it's an actual Nissan color. It's called Tactical Green, with some tan underneath it. Some tactical, probably tan. I don't know what exactly how you would call it, um, but welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. Please do hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, on Tuesdays I will be on uh, Latter Day Digest, which is always a good channel to watch us on. I say us because it's all the other people on the channel. Good people to hang out with. Another good channel, other good channels that I like to watch. I always recommend my friend Jenny at Life Take Two, and Megan at Midlife Revolution, and she has just um, started another channel recently with Kristen, also aka Kiki, and I think they call it Outer Snarkness. It's a lot of Mormon terminology because Mormon hell is basically known as outer darkness. So actually, here's a good one. What did everybody think about the Nicki Minaj talk with Erica Kirk? I know Samantha Lux actually put something about it because she was an ally to us before, and now she's talking on the conservative side. So I found that interesting. Are we in awkward silence right now? Um, we're coming up on the top of the hour, and it's going to be noon. If we go into noon, we don't get that many. Um, many people come on here, then I'll give it till like 12:15, and then we'll maybe what we can do is shut down for a little bit, then we'll do an evening live stream. I would say around 4 p.m. Pacific time, about or 4:30, depends. Um, Hey Joe, you're back again. I'm just looking at what is up on the on YouTube. Anything interesting? Uh, like I said, tomorrow I will. Well, I don't know if I'll be able to make the video tomorrow because I pick up the bike tomorrow in the evening. I may make it during the week. I will do one on triathlon. Um, I'm picking a bike out if it's going to be your first one. Um, it's important on what you choose, what you spend. On your first one, you don't want to spend too much money, and don't try to do an Ironman right away, um, unless you're a very good swimmer, good cyclist, good. So, um, yeah, I would say just try to you know always start with what they call a sprint triathlon. Welcome everyone. Please do hit a like and subscribe. What I'm gonna do is probably go to the 2 hour mark and then we'll stop there. And then, like I said, then move on. And then we'll come back like say 4:30 Pacific time. I think that'll be a good time. Um, so yes, we are in a moment of awkward silence. So welcome everyone, welcome in. We're trying to, have a good conversation here. Um, if you're new to the channel, just coming in here, please do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. You can always go check out some of the other videos on the channel. Um, we like to have a good time in here, try to be respectful. The channel has been having a lot of growth lately. If things go right today or tomorrow, we'll probably be doing if not next week, we'll do the installation of the snorkel on GemsX. I think that will be a fun project. But first, we got a little bit of body work to do. So, and some of it's on the 8 pillar roll. This will, Heath Mitt, welcome to the stream. How are things today? My name is Jules. As always, when you join us here, you are one of the gems. Um, please do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Josie, yes, I do have a hat on. It is an Xterra hat. Um, welcome to the stream. Please do hit that like button and subscribe. You can join us later on. We're going to do another stream later on around 4:30 Pacific Standard Time. I will probably, in that amount of time, I'll probably have lunch, wait a little bit, um, and then go for a run. We can talk about that. I am preparing, well, right here, this paper right there is my sign up for my first triathlon, which will be in May. In the next couple of days, I've already done one video where I talked about some of your beginning triathlon gear, kind of where to start, what you would buy, and then I will add a little bit to that. In fact, I may do that video today afterwards, and then we can move on to bikes in the next couple of days. I am purchasing a bike tomorrow or Monday, depending. The person told me they get back into town tomorrow in the evening. So, depending what time, I mean, the place we're going to meet at is at a mall. So, mall parking lot. So, we will uh, meet there. In fact, maybe you guys can watch the exchange of money and transaction. I will probably record it so witnesses. Maybe we can do that. I think that would be great. Have all the gems in as witnesses. What I do have, I can take pictures of the different bikes. I can do it like I did with the Xterra, make a video of different bikes I looked at on OfferUp, and then we'll check out the final one and talk about how you go about choosing a bike, choosing distance triathlon, what distance, and maybe what kind of bike you would need for what distance. Um, so, you know, because there are a ton of different uh, things you should look at when buying a triathlon bike. That's going to be a big topic this year on the channel since I'm doing at least three. I'm doing the Triple Crown of Triathlon in San Diego. If you guys want to come over to if you guys want to fly into San Diego, May 3rd is the triathlon down in Mish Bay. Cheer me on. Um, um, or I will. It can be also watched online in a sort of fashion. It just has a lot to do with my number. So I don't know what number I will be. Angry Man, I've heard that. So get this, Angry Man, and I said it earlier in the video. So the fact is, if we now control Venezuela, it'll become a territory of the United States, just like Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands. Um, and what happens next is the people from Venezuela will be able to come here legally without a passport. Right, Yadira? You're from Puerto Rico. I don't know if you would need a passport to come here. I don't think so. Amari, when oh, you do? Okay. Yeah, Angry Man, I said that earlier in the video that it'll be next. And basically those people will be able to come across and work legally without any, they will need passports because they'll need passports to come across, but yet they'll be able to work here legally. So it makes it because it'll basically make them citizens because they'll become a territory, and eventually, you never know, there might become states. So all those people that he said he deported or took out of the country will be able to come across basically legally again. Angry Man, he said that from the very beginning. And that one I think is difficult because the Panamanians did everything they promised so they could gain back the canal after a certain amount of time. And that was the deal with the United States, was that yeah, the United States would protect it for so long, and eventually they would give control back to Panama. My parents lived in Panama for a while and um, kind of know the history behind it. So it's going to the point, Angry Man, where I think he is going to become, and I think people were right, where he's trying to become the king of the world. He's going to try to take over all these nations. Then he's going to change policy where he can continue to stay in office. And next thing you know, all uh, these countries uh, will basically, be controlled by the U.S. Well, yeah, but also I think that was the good thing that came about from uh, going into Venezuela. That was one good thing, that taking this guy out of office. You gotta look at the good and the bad of of everything. That was a good thing because that guy took office, and even though he had not been elected as a president, so he just kind of took over. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. Please do hit the like button and subscribe. Yes, Yadira, I can imagine they are, because the dictator that they had is being taken out of office, but now basically they've been taken over by another dictatorship, basically. Yet his second in command has shown himself. Welcome, Chuck. Welcome to the stream. Please do hit a like and subscribe to the channel. We were talking a little bit about what's happened in Venezuela. Um, Correct. I agree with you, Yadira. And there are many ways to look at this. So, um, that is true, Angry Man. Absolutely true. We see it in many countries. Um, you know, we can go back and just look at World War II, many, um, where it all started. It you know, like you say, absolute power corrupts. Well said, Yadira. Guys, Yadira is one of my mods. I have some great mods in here. I think we have an excellent team of moderators, and Yadira is always the first one to jump in. Um, she's one of the goats of moderating. She moderates on several channels. Um, so, and then, so uh, we also have Jason in here. Jason's not in here at this time, but he does a fantastic job also. Um, and we have this channel just, since it, since I started getting moderators, I've just found fantastic people. My first two were excellent. I still have them set up as moderators uh, because they did an excellent job. And Jason, welcome back. They, your ears were ringing, huh? Yeah, he's being the ninja. We'll probably go for about another half hour. Um, go from there. And then we'll come back tonight around 4:30, 5 o'clock Pacific time. I'm gonna say 4:30, and then we'll see how we do. Like I said, the channel has had fantastic views lately. So uh, the what took off in the last couple of days was the triathlon content. Um, so we're going to try to do some more of that, continue some of the GemX content. Got some cool stuff coming for GemX. This this install will be fun to do. It may involve taking off one of the fenders, so that's always fun. So tomorrow, in the next couple of days, there'll be a few things about. I might do it today. I will do one about progression on what you want to buy on bikes for triathlon. And then I'm gonna do like a live one once I get my road bike. Tomorrow I will probably in the next few days do one on like with live examples on what kind of bike you can buy for different types of triathlon. Um, and even we're going to look at tri bikes also, because each type of bike is different. And a tri bike is something that will cost you up to $15,000 because they're so specialized. Um, one thing I did talk about was gear, like about wetsuits, tri suits, like a swimsuit and a dry fit shirt, what you can wear, and what what you pick, and a lot has to do with the climate where you're at. Like here in San Diego, you can have some great climate outside but yet the ocean or the bay, the water is always going to be super cold. So I ended up buying a wetsuit. It got me a good deal. So I did talk a little bit about that, what to look for. Um, then I talked about my tri-suit and exactly what a tri-suit is. And then I also talked about swimsuit, like what you look at. Um, I should give examples on what women would get, um, and what the difference is in the fittings, because that has a lot to do with it too. Um, then one of the other things I would say, some bikes, uh, and then we're gonna look at running shoes. So hopefully I can get me another pair of running shoes. I do have about two, I think at least two pair, maybe three, and talk about why you should have two or three pairs. I think closer to when the triathlon comes around, maybe a month before, I'll buy another pair, which will be for the actual triathlon, and talk about why I am going to that specific brand and everything, um, and where you go to get them, because a good running shoe, you actually go to a store where they will fit you for one, for them, you know, because if you get the wrong pair and you just kind of pick something random, then it can mess up your knees. It can mess up lots of things. And we will talk about programs on how to build yourself up. That could be another thing I can do a video on, and maybe actually I could probably do a video on that today. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Please do hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, so you know when we're on this channel. I always say we, because when I come on, all of you can come on, and that makes us one big group. And all of you are gems here on my channel, hence we call it Jules GemsX. The X on that does come from the Xterra that I purchased, and I am doing a resto mod, uh, and it will, hopefully there'll be more done to it. I think one of my next things after the snorkel will be, well, brakes need to still be done, and I have all the brake equipment. And then also we're gonna do a awning, because we're doing an overlanding vehicle, do an awning, and then decide if we'll put a rooftop tent, or if it'll be like, I've seen like differing opinions. Do you do a rooftop tent and sleep on your, in the rooftop tent, or do you just go and sleep inside the vehicle, or have a pop-up tent for the outside? There's many schools of thoughts. So we'll look into it, see what, maybe we can get some people in here. I'm gonna actually, I do want to try to do a live stream on StreamYard. I do have another one where I want to come in with my friend Jenny Gage. I'm gonna try to get someone that I know. It will be an interesting live stream, where we'll bring on someone from the short that I posted recently about a house that was raided by Homeland Security, and we may speak with one of the people that talked that was in that household. Um, and then after that, I would like, and I'm gonna try to see if I can get a YouTuber that works on Xteras on here. I think I have the. What I'm gonna do is send them an email and check if they want to do a live stream. They are in Florida, so we're gonna have to consider the times. I think that will be a cool one. Because actually, a lot of the modifications that I have done to my X have come from his channel. So I think that would be a cool one to do. Um, so I'll see if he wants to do a live stream together. I'm gonna, just work at it. Um, and then I know MB was here earlier. We were on a live stream yesterday. We didn't, well, we weren't on the stream, but we were watching another stream uh, by two young ladies, Kristen and Megan. Um, we had Megan on the channel before here, and um, we want. Actually, I'm going to see if I can get a live stream with Kristen, because we talked a little bit on the when they were on their live stream together. I talked with her on the live stream, so we'll see if that how we can uh, just speak with someone else. Another we can do an Exmo broadcast. So I think that could be fun. On Tuesdays, always on Latter Daily Digest. If you guys or want to check that out, we have a good time there. I will try to link it to the channel this Tuesday. We call it Tuesdays with Tim, and one of the gentlemen on there, his name is Tim. We have a good time. Just we let him kind of pick the topic and go from there. So I'm gonna do is go about another 20 minutes. You guys have anything you want to talk to in particular, we can. Um, kind of if you want to come back this evening in about 4.5 hours, just think of topics we can speak about. I will be back about 4:30 Pacific Daylight Time. I just may do some minor things on GemsX. Um, One of the things I would like to do, and I was checking it out, is buy like a where I can strap my camera onto here and go, and film things. Kind of like a police body cam. I think that would be cool. I may also consider purchasing a GoPro for when I go do some cycling, and I don't know if I could use a GoPro while running. I may also consider a drone for some footage, but I'd have to get someone that's a good drone controller and be able to mount a camera on that. So, and that becomes a whole different issue, because now then we'd have to have someone in production that could fly the drone to film. So one more time, we're at the awkward silence. If we continue, maybe I'll just, and what I can do is go eat lunch, maybe go on a run after about an hour, come back, work on tiny little project on GemX, and um, and then we can come back on at like 4:30. I've stated. Um, I think that might be a good idea. Uh, so what I'll do is I'm gonna. Oh, that's cool, Yadira. I know that you mod multiple channels. So, but it seems that it's not just you. It's everybody's kind of in awkward silence right now. Even myself, I'm kind of on a low. I remember last time I kind of said why we keep it low key a little bit. Um, oh, Aaron, it's not the. Let's see. I'm gonna say it. It's not the new look. It's kind of a watch this video look, and you'll find out why. Um, I don't want what happened to a friend of mine happened to me. Let me copy and paste what I'm talking about into here. Actually, it's here on it's difficult, Aaron. It is just difficult, but in this video, everything is explained. It's an interview a friend uh, did with me. We did a live stream. We did a stream together. Actually, it was she recorded it first, and then um, we went from there and posted it. She edited, parts that didn't. She did some editing and then posted it. But I did watch it. I I did watch it again, and she did an excellent job of editing. There are certain background or some noises or stuff that was taken out. Like you'll notice when people need to bleep things out. Yeah, well said, Yadira. Basically, it's to be on the DL for certain safety reasons, and it's all mentioned in that video. We found a memo posted by Pam Bondi, and right now it is kind of gonna have to be this way. Um, so and it has to be about trans influencers, and it it's just it actually makes things scary on here. So that's the long and the short of it. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. Please do hit that like button, subscribe. Um, we've been doing fantastic on Well, it's just one of those things. It's going to be something as long as our current regime is still up. It's we're going to have to keep it this way. Let's just say it that way. It's the long and the short of it. And you probably know what I mean by the regime. Okay, so we're coming into the 12:30 mark. We're only about 10 minutes away, so I'm going to say I'm going to start shutting down the stream. I do want to thank everybody for being on here, everybody that has subscribed. We've gained about 5 new subscribers. In the past few days, we've gained lots of new subscribers. Thank you for being here. Hopefully, we can make it to 5,100. That's our next goal. And then from there, we'll go for that 10,200 mark. I do want to thank everybody. I always want to thank Yadira and Jason for being in here. As always, stay safe. If you need any help, please do dial the 988 line. If you are a veteran, always hit the 1. It'll take you to someone that's a veteran. Let's continue to grow the channel. I will be back in about 4 hours and 15 minutes. So please come back at that time, chat with us. We'll be streaming and we'll try to keep it up for about 2-3 hours, probably a little more. We won't be as quiet. I won't. Right now, it's just giving some time for family to sleep. I will, during the time that I'm out, I will probably go eat lunch, rest, and then go for a run. And then we can talk about the run. So, have a great day. We will see you later on, about 4:30, and we'll see you then. Thank you for being here. Remember, I'm Jules. All of you are my gems, and you're at Jules GemsX at Area 5T1. And just be safe with what's going on nowadays. You can go check out Jenny's and my video, and do check out some of the new videos that I have come out on the channel. So have a great day. Thank you.